y'all, this is Amy and I wanted to show y'all how to make this really gorgeous Fleur De Lis glitter and rhinestone tumbler using Crystalac products. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I have a prepped tumbler with a lavender paint. This is the Flippin' Awesome Paints by Crystalac, and I'm using this amazing glitter called Chandelier, and it is a curated glitter that I have with PDB, and it is the most gorgeous, like, off-white with iridescence, opal, all the things. It's just beautiful. So I thought I would burnish this on a tumbler using Crystalac's glitter glue, and I'm just using a good bit of that on there with a tack-on brush, and I am brushing it on to make sure that it is well covered, but there are no globs of glue remaining, so you see a smooth surface. And then I immediately add my glitter all over the tumbler, as you can see here, making sure that every single surface is well covered and really just giving this cup great coverage. The next part here, once my tumbler is completely covered, I'm going to burnish it. This I like to put a glove on because I don't want to get glitter all over my hands. But I'm lightly burnishing, pressing down on that glitter in a circular motion to flatten it as much as I can. If you happen to experience any types of gaps in coverage, that's totally okay. You can do a second coat of glitter after the glitter glue has dried for 2 hours. I had to do a second coat on mine as well. But this is basically burnishing the glitter, and I do want to say that I like to separate my glitter from burnished glitter because those glitter bits can have extra pieces of glue on them, and it's really not as easy to reuse for future projects, so I kind of keep that separated. And at the end of this, it's flattened, it's rainbow, it's gorgeous. And then what I'm doing here, after I have applied about 6 layers of Grand Finale 2.0, I actually sanded between layer 4 and layer 5, and now here, this is the second sand after layer 6. I am painting on here using Crystalac's Flippin' Awesome Paints, and these are in various shades. I've also done some mixing, but I'm painting my Fleur De Lis design on. As you can see to the right, I used a vinyl for my stencil and then peeled it off. So it was really a simple, fun, like abstract way to kind of paint this on here. I've kind of used a mixture of techniques to make it super pastel, super fun, and just have fun with it. So really that's all you have to do. Between this layer and the next layer, I let it dry for a full 24 hours because my layers were a little thicker than normal. Flippin' Awesome paint tip, usually needs about a 4-hour dry time, but I just wanted to make extra sure since I was pretty thick with this paint and using lots of layers, so I let this dry overnight. As you can see here, it's really, there's no like technique, you just have fun with it. Make it abstract, make it to your liking, and once you're done with it, just step away. Try not to mix too many colors so you don't end up with a muddy type of coloring on the tumbler. For the next part here, I am going to use Crystalac's glitter glue in almost a needle type of bottle to really direct where I want my glitter to go. This is PDB's Wheat glitter from Brittany Barnes's latest collaboration with them. She curated this beautiful glitter. It's like a small chunky gold opal, and I'm using that needle nose to really direct it where I want it to go, and then I'm using that brush right there, like a chip brush, to get that excess glitter away from the tumbler. So I'm kind of using the gold over the gold accents that I painted in the mustard color paint, and then once that is all done, I am moving on to other sides of the other side of the Fleur De Lis being very careful not to smudge it. I smudged it a few times, but it's totally okay. This turned out absolutely gorgeous. And something that I did at the end of all of this is I kind of used my finger to flatten it out just a little bit, just almost to smoosh my glitter, but not make it too blotchy. Now for this part, I wanted to cover the rest of the Fleur De Lis, so I used glitter glue with a small paintbrush and I painted it over the remaining parts of the Fleur De Lis. This is going to be using PDB's Last Frost, also from Brittany Barnes's collaboration. This is her curated glitter with them. This is a small, chunky, almost like a blue iridescent opal glitter, and I'm just basically, before the glitter glue dries, I am getting that on the tumbler, covering almost all the surfaces to give it a more sparkly finish. I really want this tumbler to sparkle and shine, and so I'm using different glitters, different textures of glitter to make that happen. So this is a mix of the metallics and the opals, and then eventually we're going to be adding rhinestones to this for even more added sparkle. So this is going to be really beautiful. I can't wait to show y'all how it turns out. And as you can see here, I'm using my finger to kind of smush. Again, flatten that glitter as much as you can, because with Crystalac products, it is a thinner consistency than, say, an epoxy. So the less product you need to use, the better. It saves you money on product. So flatten that glitter. It will save you a headache and money in the long run. And so what we're going to be doing here is just continuing that process. I really wanted to show how I went through and did it. There's multiple places where I put this glitter glue, and I was very slow and methodical with it, because I thought that the more careful I was with this glitter, the better off I would be. I didn't want any of this glitter to end up over that chandelier where I burnished. I really wanted to separate that Fleur De Lis sparkle from the rest of the tumbler. So just making sure to do little sections at a time, smushing that glitter down as you go, and allowing that next coat to dry for a good 2 hours is the key to success. Between this part, I didn't show y'all this, but I did add another 6 coats of Grand Finale. I've finished my tumbler essentially. This is where the tumbler is done with Crystalac Grand Finale. It is shiny. It is as perfectly flat as we can get it, sanding between 2 to 3 layers. And now this is the last step, the rhinestoning. So I'm using liquid fusion here. This liquid fusion glue works really well for rhinestones for me. And these are like acrylic rhinestones I purchased off of Amazon just to add interest here. These are giant, large rhinestones. I know they're really large for the piece, but that's the point here. You really want to have different textures, different mediums with this tumbler. That's what I wanted to do, at least. I was inspired by an artist I saw on TikTok. She used different mediums, and here I am now taking my PDB rhinestone mix called Fairy Floss. This has opals, some metallic looking rhinestones. All of these are glass and they're absolutely gorgeous. I'm using different sizes from this mix here. I think this mix has everywhere from SS6 to SS20 rhinestones, and so I'm just placing those wherever I see fit on the Fleur De Lis design that we've made here. Once this is all finished, just as a side note, liquid fusion takes about 5 days to cure. So I allow that to cure for 5 days, and here is the finished product. I absolutely love how it turned out. I hope y'all like this tutorial. And if you enjoy tutorials like this using Crystalac products, please like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, y'all.